All right, everyone, we're going to get going in about 1 minute. Ugh. Okay, so today is a news-heavy, hellish-looking day. Give me a second. Let me just make a couple changes so that when I'm going through explaining things today, you'll be able to see it. Even my MT4 is bogging down because of the amount of news that keeps popping over this hour. Actually, let's just get rid of that one. Put on the one that I'm using. Alright, so we'll delay it a little bit and I'll just edit this part out too. Good lord. What color can we make this so it stands out? Okay, so now we're ready to go. So we're going to take a look at today what we do during a day. Well, first let's start over, blah, 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 blah. All right, guys, welcome everyone. Today is a heavy news day. It is September something, the 4th. News-wise, got quite a bit going on. Let me remember what all we have. Go look real quick. So news-wise, we had asset purchase facility for cable. Official bank rates popped at 6 a.m. 6:45. We had the minimum bid rate for the euro. 7:15. We had the. This isn't the non-farm payroll itself. This is the precursor to it, so it doesn't affect the markets too much. But we had that at 7:15. 7:30. We had CAD trade balance. Right now we got a ECB press conference going on, which is going to mean volatility for about the next hour. USD trade balance came out. USD unemployment claims came out. Everything was green except ADP non-farm payroll, but that does not mean jack for tomorrow. CAD was green. US was trade balance was green. Unemployment change, it was about the same, 298 up to 302. So no big change there. 8:45. We're clear till 9, so we got a little bit of time now, so the markets will calm down. Give me a second. Let me turn that down. Okay, so what we're going to look at today is what happens when, if you look on the chart, and if you're looking at this on YouTube, you can bump it up to 720p. If you're in the chat room, just click on the little word that says YouTube. It'll take you directly to the YouTube channel, and you can bump this to full screen 720p, I believe. Might not be till after it's processed, but you can bump it up. So we're going to take a look at the days, what you do when, if you look at the charts for trading access, these are a freaking mess because all the levels have been blown through. If you look here, this is your daily S3, here's our daily S2 and our daily S1. They're the green dashed lines. So pretty much we're outside the range of what daily pivots are going to help with. Our weeklies are going to help us still. We have weekly S1, weekly S2, weekly S3, but they've almost been blown through too, but still good. And we hit monthly support 1. So what we need to do is first, and if you look at prime numbers also, they're grouped together so close. All this crap is now useless if you're a confluence trader. Later on in the day, they might come back into play, but for now is what we'd want to do. If you can go into your indicators list. If y'all don't have the same indicators as me, look in the pack that I put with the previous video. They should be in there. You go into your auto pivot indicator. I am still lagging because of news. I don't believe this crap. Okay, so we're going to, daily, you want to turn them off. And daily SR levels, we'll turn them off also. And just click. Let me move this crap up. and click OK. So I turned off daily SR levels and daily. So that's going to clean up our chart a little bit. Next thing, I'd say we kill the prime numbers. So if we go into indicator list and we go to prime levels, we'll delete those out. So now we get a little bit better picture of what's going on. We see that the weeklies were pushed through during these news releases. As you can see, USD is gaining strength weekly. I mean, it's getting better and better. If you live in the United States, the economy is starting to actually, it's like a snowball effect. It started off recovery slow, and the recovery is speeding up. Economic reports and everything are getting better and better. Okay, so we don't have our daily pivots anymore. So what's one of the things we can do? And I mentioned this in the previous video. Since we're talking about the previous video, or I'm mentioning it, guys, that previous video was not a template. It was not designed for y'all to be jumping on and just throw every indicator I show you on there. I'm trying to show you some ways to meet market conditions. Just like today, Trading Axis with its standard setup is not going to meet market conditions because of news blowing through some of the static levels that we use, primarily daily pivots, daily support and resist, and prime numbers. They are pretty much useless. So in that indicator pack I gave you, and again, guys, that wasn't meant to be used as a template. It's meant to give you some tools to adjust to the current market conditions. So everyone who asks me for a template, review the video. I tell you in there that's just tools that I use. Let's go down, and in that indie pack that I gave you at the first video, if you go in, you will see something called Murray-Math. Open that up. Man, I am lagging ass. Okay, so you're going to have on the Inputs tab 64 and 0. Change that 64 to 626. Click OK. And it's going to throw some Murray math lines up on there. You can see those by here, 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 and here. These redraw. Once Murray math lines are made up of 8 levels. Once the 8th level is broken, they actually redraw. I don't prefer to use them in daily trading. Some people throw them on their charts because they do like them. Daily trading, I'm not so big on them. I prefer the pivot points. They seem to hold better. Let's see. Hold on. I got people bugging me. Okay, so that would help you out with these news blows through, because now we have, with the Murray math line, I can't talk. Murray math lines on there. That'll help out a little bit of bringing some confluence back to the picture. Really, we don't want to trade this stuff until news is settled down and calmed down. Even when we throw the pivots back on there, though, they're going to be useless because our price now has moved out of the range of the daily pivots. So you can use the math lines for the rest of the day. All I do then is tomorrow I switch back. I actually have a template loaded up, so I think it's this one here, the blown. It means my levels have been blown. So I set up a template for days when my levels have been blown. So I'd advise doing the same. Have something for those days when levels have been blown. You look, though, this huge candle makes all these other ones look tiny, tiny, tiny. If we zoom in a little bit, look at how all these, because MT4 is trying to make room for your candles to be on the chart. So all these other candles that might have been a decent size before this now look puny in comparison to this huge move we had during news. Let's see, again, this is just a quick review of what the hell to do when levels are blown out. So that's just a quick review there. What we are going to move on to next, and I'm going to be showing more and more each week, this is Ichi. Looks like hell, though, because of the news. Let me get back to a chart that looks half decent, and I'll explain why I'm going to be attempting to show y'all how to use it. And then we'll probably actually use it maybe Friday with the chart reviews. I'll show a little bit of it because the news today, although we have NFP Friday. We'll schedule it for next week because I want to show it on a normal market. The news markets are going to make it difficult. Let me go in real quick and do this. I'm going to change the... And I'm going to use Ichi on the Ichi chart, but so you all can understand why I combine Ichi with TA. There's for several reasons. But first, let me set it up. No, we don't want it red. Let's go with some pinky free color. Okay, so we know some days trading access will be limited in the amount of trades and slow. So this pink line here is Kinjin Sun. or Mr. Krabs if you've watched the video. It's normally purple on my default setup. If we look, there it is, purple. Okay, so a trading axis trade would take place where? Above here and down here. But the Kinginson line rides where? It rides right in the middle. So is what that's going to do is develop some opportunities for us to be able to trade the upper and lower portions of the movement and in the middle, which trading axis ignores the middle because we didn't have any real great way to, how would you say, to set up reliable reversals. What we would be looking for, and Monday or Tuesday we'll get in depth on this. I didn't expect the news to cause such havoc today. We were going to do the full review of this. Basically what we're looking at is when price is in, let me go to an Ichi chart and see if I can find one that looks normal. I don't think anything's going to look normal today because everything was affected by news. Oh, this is ugly because of news. So just so you, I apologize then because we were going to do this today, but the charts just don't look nice. It'd be a waste of time to explain. I definitely say review the thread on binary options edge. I'll put it as a link in the video. That way you'll understand what I'm going through Monday or Tuesday. Friday is definitely out because that's NFP. You're going to see another mess just like this Friday, and it's going to be at 7:30 in the morning my time. So I don't see the point in getting up. The biggest thing for today, I guess, is we finally got an example of when to toss your pivot points. You don't have to toss them completely. Again, just go into your indicator list, use the auto pivot, and turn off the dailies. If the prime numbers are grouped together like they were, you go ahead and toss them. You can put the prime numbers back on later today once the market's settled down, but for now, it just makes a mess of the charts. Quite honestly, we have so much news coming in right now. It's 8:45. I'm sorry, 7:53 for me. We got about an hour till the next set of news, but we have an ECB press conference going on right now, so trading right now would be extremely dangerous. The markets are going to be volatile depending on what they say in that conference, and it may cause prices to spike up or down. You saw that, what was it, last week or the week ago, when they asked Mario Draghi, he's the president of the ECB, and he came out with an answer to a question that nobody was expecting, and it caused the euro to tank and the US to rise. Basically, he admitted that they're not doing as well as they thought, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't in his initial notes. The way a press conference or a speech is released, and the reason sometimes you'll see spikes off them, is when the guy starts the speech, a transcript is then released, or it's already there, but I don't know how it works exactly. But a transcript of his speech is released. So while he's doing his pre-prepared speech, a transcript of it's released so people can read through it too. So that's released at the same time as the speech starts. Then what happens after the speech starts, then they go into a question and answer session. What happened last week was the question and answer session, Draghi didn't give an answer a lot of people liked, and the market just tanked. So that's why I say during a ECB press conference, FOMC members speak, which we have two of them today, 11:30, then 6 p.m. We have two FOMC members speaking. Those are a lot of times when actually just turn it on, listen to it. You can find live streaming of them usually. The whitehouse.com site, usually, I think it's whitehouse.com streaming or something. You can find any of the FOMC speeches there, and for the ECB press conferences, I just Google it, and you can put in streaming at the end, and you'll finally find those live. For right now, wouldn't be trading because of the ECB press conference. It started 25 minutes ago. So today was kind of blown to shit. Sorry about the language, but not going to get much today. Again, it gives us a good example of when to toss our daily pivots, though, and we can just throw into the Murray math lines, which are a good alternative since they do redraw with the market. Other than that, guys, I'll be in the room for a bit. Might take a nap today. Daughter was a pain in the butt. So I guess we're going to reschedule the whole Ichi thing, which actually is good because I'll have the indicator ready. I do have an indicator ready for when price touches. If you see this little yin-yang sign, it's not going to be there on the final indicator. This was visual for me. When price touches Kinginson, and we're going to discuss how to use that. You'll actually be using it off the Ichi chart to do a trend trade pullback trade, if that makes any sense. The trend's going up, it does a pullback, and then it continues back up. We're going to be using Kinginson to spot the end of that pullback, and so we can get into a trade and ride it back up. It's pretty similar to TA, as in you're going to be using confluence. But today's markets are just so much crap, I don't even want to waste anyone's time on trying to show it. We'll wait till next week, run through all that. Other than that, guys, have a good one today. Be careful till that ECB freaking meeting's over, and y'all have a great day.